How you doing?
Well, could be better. Would like it if it was a little cooler.
Right.
I'm dreaming of the 60s with some sunshine, a breeze, and a sweater. Nah, that ain't happening anytime soon, though. So get ready for more heat. We've got a heat advisory again from noon until 7 o'clock, and it's because of this right here. Temperatures get up into the upper 90s today. We'll be soaring up to about 98. That's the record as well, so near record highs. Lots of sunshine. Rain is not likely today. Heat index values, what it feels like with our rich Gulf moisture, 110 to 112. So this is the dangerous part where you got to be extra careful if you're going to be outside. And you could see this is going to be the case through Saturday. Now look at this. Here's your cool down. We go from 98 to 91, and that's thanks to higher rain chances coming in this weekend. So if you do have weekend plans, I know I've got plans to be out on the river. It'll be interesting to see what Saturday looks like with storms in the forecast. So we're going to be tracking that chance for storms starting Saturday, lingering into Sunday. So just be aware if you got outdoor plans that there could be some storms around for the weekend, and then maybe some storms around even into early next week as well. And we'll watch for rounds of heavy rainfall with your Saturday and Sunday rain chances. But for today and tomorrow, it's still looking mostly dry. Let's talk about the tropics a little bit more in depth here because we are tracking a couple things. Let me just start by saying we have no threats to the United States at this point, and for the next week or so things look quiet here in the United States. Now the Caribbean islands need to be keeping an eye on this tropical wave. No one really worried about Tropical Storm Don still spinning in the northern Atlantic. So our tropical wave this morning kind of tangled up in what we call the intertropical convergence zone. Simply put, that's where the winds meet near the equator and you get more storms. So it's tangled up in that right now, and there's not a whole lot to it. Just looking at it, it's struggling quite a bit because there is a tremendous amount of dry air. So that dry air for the next couple of days is probably going to keep this from doing much of anything. But as this wave tries to disconnect from that zone it's in right now, it may try to organize slightly if it can overcome that dry air. But at the moment, there's no guarantee that it's going to overcome that dry air. So you could see all the dry air through the Atlantic basin at the moment. That is going to be a problem for this thing, and that's good news because it should keep this thing from really blowing up into a whole lot of really anything, at least anytime soon. So tracking it for you, there's the plume of moisture with the wave. This is by the end of the weekend. It's approaching the Caribbean, still surrounded by dry air. There is a chance that maybe it does try to organize somewhere in here, but notice even by next Tuesday, Wednesday, it's still nowhere near the U.S., but something to watch if you're heading to the islands down here. I don't think this is going to blow up into a major storm with this event, but it may bring some enhanced rain chances to the islands by the middle of next week. And then once it gets in the Caribbean, it does look like it's going to be quite sheared, and there's still quite a bit of dry air, especially in the Gulf. So these are all trends we like to see. Now, with that being said, it is getting to that point of the season, late July, early August. Our water temperatures are boiling hot, and we track all these things. We'll keep an eye on it for you, and we'll let you know if you need to worry about it. But at the moment, our worry level is minimal with that one, but we'll track it for you. Next 7 days, we're just going to be dealing with the heat and humidity. Some relief on the way. That will come as we head into the weekend, and that's thanks to those higher storm chances. And then next week, staying somewhat near normal in the low to mid 90s with some afternoon storms.